to use 4 Spectrum Noir markers to color in my Santa Claus. This stamp is from Maker's Movement, and it came out of this package here. So it comes with the stamps and the dies, and it is called Christmas Cheer Stamp and Die Set. So to begin, I'm going to start with the red and go into the hat. And there we go. I have cut my die out, and I'm just going to line it up on the image that I colored. And then just to make sure I like the placement, I'm going to use a little washi tape to hold it in place once I get it where I want it. I'm going to use the washi tape on the top, and because he's small, I can send him through my mini maker that is made by Maker's Movement. And so I have a bottom plate, which is A, the metal plate, and then a B plate on top, and then I'm just going to send him through my mini maker. To make sure I have a good cut, I'm going to bring it back. And there he is. I am going to use some distressed oxides here, and I'm going to color my tag using a cosmetic sponge, and then I also have a stencil that I'm going to use to do a snowflake type pattern. And what I really want here is just kind of a very light background. So I'm starting with the weathered wood, and I'm tapping off because I don't want a lot of color or intense amount of color to transfer. So alright, so I think that will do it for my light background, and then I'm going to put the stencil on top and continue doing the same process of rubbing. So we'll just kind of go in here lightly. And just slightly lift it up to see how it's going. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. And then I'm just going to give it a spritz of water here from a distance to kind of activate that. And then I'm grabbing a tissue, and I'm just going to lift off what was spritzed. I don't know if that will even show up much on there, but there's our light background. And then I think I will mist it with a little bit of glitter, and I'm going to do this off camera because I have to put it in my spray box to do so, but I will come back and show you what that looks like. Alright, so off camera I sprayed this with some iridescent spray. I don't know if you can see some of the dots on there. Let me grab it and show you. This is what it looks like. It says it's a shimmering mist. And it says Radiant Rain from Lumen Arts. So that's what I used. And then I have my Santa here that I'm going to place on the tag, and I'm going to pop him up with some foam dots. Now these I got at the Dollar Tree, but any foam dot would work. And so I'm just going to kind of stagger a few here on his body. All right. They seem to want to stick to me instead of to Santa. So there we go. I'm going to stick him on here. Alright, then with some black ink, I'm going to use a stamp that says From Santa, and that is part of the stamp set from Maker's Movement. So I'm just going to ink that up. And actually, I'm going to stamp it off on a scrap piece of paper first, just to make sure that it will ink well. Sorry. Okay. Just grabbing some more ink here to make sure. Alright, and I don't know if you can see the difference here. So this is the first one with a brand new stamp, and it's a lot thinner than the next one. So I always like to stamp off the first time because you just never know. And I'm going to place that right here at the bottom. Oh, I'm not on camera, sorry. There's my tag, and I'm going to stamp right down here. Give that a good press. And there we go. Alright. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put ribbon through here. So I have collected some ribbon, a piece of twine, and I am going to put all of that through my hole punch here. And actually I have found that using my bone folder to push it through really helps. And I'm looking to see where that went to. I don't see it, so I'm going to take the end of a paintbrush here and push that through. There we go. Alright, and then here is a fun, different way to finish these off, is that, I mean, you can loop them, you can tie them, but I just recently saw someone take their twine and wrap it around the top. So that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, so I'm going to take my loose end and just hang on to it up here. Alright, and then down close to the card, I'm just going to start wrapping. Until I think it's enough. And then I take that tail that I had, and I'm going to take them both to the back here and just tie a knot. I'm going to go through the loop twice actually. It's kind of like a surgeon's knot. Tie that, and then just a single one on top of it. And all of these can go up here to be decorated, and then I'm just going to cut off at different lengths. And then, let's see, I have this one here that's a little long. And so then just to finish off these ribbon ends, because they will fray, I am going to use a lighter, if I can find my lighter. Let's see. Okay. So I'm just going to take my lighter and run it quickly right along those edges so that they melt. And you typically can feel when you've got it done. I don't want it to melt too much. I don't want it to burn. That's about as much as I really care for it to do. If I do too much, I can always cut off and come back to it. But there we go. There is our finished Santa tag.